Welcome to JGTV. Today we're going to recap Crossroads again. And this is the second time I decided to recap an older video that I've done. Some of it was because of bad editing, but most likely it was because of copyrights. While the original version is still on YouTube, I had to edit a ton of what was originally presented. And this time I decided to do it again as I found some new techniques to help dance around some of these issues. So I hope you enjoy this version. Before we begin, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It costs free $99, it helps out the channel, and you'll have zero regrets doing it. So without further ado, on to our feature presentation. Three friends from Georgia get together to bury a wish box. Hi Zoe 101, and they'll dig up said box on the night of their high school graduation. Fast forward to the night, and the three friends drift apart. Lucy is a sheltered valedictorian who wants to be a nurse, but deep down inside, that's what her father wants, as she wants to major in music. Then there's Kit, who is a popular girl in school. It'll later be revealed that she was once obese, and her mother will fat shame her into losing weight. And then there's Mimi, who is a trailer park outcast that is 6 months pregnant. Back home, Lucy and her father have a conversation, and Lucy is having regrets over being valedictorian. She says that she did all the studying at the cost of her having a social life.
Well, why didn't it feel like anything?
What do you mean you didn't feel?
Pop, I never went to one football game. And it's supposed to be fun. And like all the parties at Hemingsfield and stuff, I never went to any of them.
Mimi reminds her friends that tonight's the night that they dig up their wish box. Lucy declines as she has other things in mind. Mimi then reminds Kit of the same thing, but she also shoots her down. But the night ends up going to crap. For Lucy, she wants to lose her virginity to her boyfriend, but that ended in failure. Kit is hearing rumors that her boyfriend is cheating on her, and Mimi is getting dogged on by the dudes. The trio would come through and dig up the wish box, and we learn what the girls wished for. Kit, her wish is for her to get married, and she's close to that as her and her boyfriend is engaged. Lucy's wish is to find her mother, who abandoned her and her father, and Mimi's wish is to go to Los Angeles to become a musician. Mimi then tells her friends that she's leaving Georgia this weekend and invites the two to go to LA. Kit is only willing to go to see her boyfriend, but Lucy wants to get dropped off in Arizona to find her mom. But her father forbids her to go, but she sneaks out and leaves anyway. On the morning of the trip, we meet another driver named Ben. Ben will not let anyone drive his 1973 Buick Skylark, nor let the girls sing In Sync in his car. And it's funny that they're singing Bye 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 because those were the same words Spears was saying to Justin. There was a rumor that Ben went to jail for killing a guy, but it was clarified that he didn't go to jail, but instead he did go to jail for crossing county lines to save his stepsister from her abusive father. In Louisiana, ironically the home state of Britney Spears, their worst fears realized when the car radiator has cracked and are now stranded. And what's worse is that they don't have the money to get it fixed nor towed. Everything's going south until Mimi comes up with an idea. The idea is to go sing karaoke and gain tips. But that plan almost fails when she develops stage fright. But Lucy comes and saves the day with the dark child version of I Love Rock and Roll. And she takes off and the cover still sucks. Mimi's plan worked and they make enough money and then some. We also learned some troubling findings involving Mimi. Mimi conceived with an unnamed partner without consent, so she decided that she's gonna have the baby, but put it up for adoption. In Texas, Ben falls asleep in the back seat, and the girls decide to drive the car and continue their trip. But 2 hours in, he wakes up and orders the girls to pull over. He goes full crash out mode in the desert, not because the girls drove his vehicle, it was because the one thing he has, his prized possession, got taken over by women. While the girls are camping out, Lucy shares some of her poem to Ben. They land in Arizona and Lucy is reunited with her mother, but her mother isn't happy to see her. She quickly moved on from her and has 2 boys, and Lucy learns that she was a mistake baby, and her mother doesn't even acknowledge her. She leaves heartbroken and returns to her friends. Ben consoles her and plays music for her poem, and they finally arrive in Los Angeles. Lucy starts to think of an idea to stay in LA forever. Kit is now excited to see her boyfriend, but he's quote-unquote occupied. Eager to see him, Kit and Mimi goes away. Ben gives the girl permission to drive his car, and in the meantime, Lucy loses her virginity to Ben. Kit finally sees her man, but finds out that the rumors are true and he's been cheating on her. Then she put 2 and 2 together and finds out that it was him who took advantage of Mimi in the worst way, and Kit clocks him in the face. As Mimi runs away, she falls down the stairs and is now hospitalized. During the fall, Mimi loses her baby as she was coming to terms in keeping it. Meanwhile, Lucy's dad has journeyed all the way to LA to take the girls home, but Lucy stands up to him as she tells him that she wants to stay. Lucy then auditions for the record label, performing her song, I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman, which got massive approval.
I'm not a girl.
In the end, they bury their own wish box, but this time, instead of making wishes for the future, they decide to focus on the present, but Lucy will wind up dumping her friends to become a successful musician. Unlike my original video, I do have some thoughts about our main leads, starting off with Mimi. Even though the film never says it, but I think the reason why she wanted to run away to LA was to escape her past, because back at home, she got taken advantage of and LA offered her a fresh start. Also, never found out what her singing abilities was, as she often gets stage fright or have an unfortunate opportunity to showcase her talents. Now Kit, her motivation was to see her fiance, but he had little interest in seeing her. Once he got to LA, it was like he forgot she existed. The fact that Kit found out that he took advantage of Mimi was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now Lucy, the leading lady. Critics said that Britney's acting was the bright spot of this movie, but in my opinion, her acting was the worst. Not gonna get into why I think that, but as for her character, this was her first real adventure. All she knew was studying and pursuing valedictorian. And for what? She was robbed of a social life. Going on a cross-country road trip had to be insane for her. Also, just like with Kit's boyfriend, her biological mother had no interest in seeing her, meeting her, or acknowledging her existence. Overall, for my opinions on the film, while I understand the reasons why this movie was panned by critics, I'm glad I gave this a second watch, and you should too. And that concludes the Crossroads movie recap. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as majority of you watching this video aren't subscribed. And also, leave a hype as it will help out the algorithm. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. The following was a JGTV production. Thanks for watching.